prospect, 10-0, 7 knockouts, Simeon Candyman Hardy. We've seen you past week in Las Vegas here, the Rios-Alvarado event. Can you tell me a little bit about your history in boxing, your upbringing, how you got into the sport?
Okay, well, hi. I've been around boxing since I'm like 13 years old, and my dad took me to the gym one day. Since then, I've been in the game. I haven't left, and I had like under 50 amateur fights.
Okay.
And
where were you born exactly? Was it in,
I'm from South America. That's Guyana, a country called Guyana.
Okay. What was life like then for you? Like, you just tell me the environment, how it impacted, molded you as a person.
It was really tough because I was born in a village called Plaisance, and that village is away on the East Coast, and my dad wanted to have a place of his own for us to live because he had kids, and we moved to a place called Sophia. That was a squatting area. That's where it was like a cane field. People just go there, clear places, and they just squat, build houses and stuff. And it was a lot of rain, there was a lot of mud. When the rain falls, it's wet, and you got to go through that to get water to drink. You got to go through that to get water to bathe. You probably go like 3 miles to get to school, and it was tough. But that never stopped us from being who we were meant to be. You know, no electricity, nothing like that. You know.
When did the moment came where you were introduced to boxing, and did you fall in love with the sport?
Yeah, definitely. You see, my cousin, I have a former world champion in my family. It's weighing big truck braithwaite.
Oh.
And I always saw him going to gym, even when I was very little, like 3, 4 years old, you know. And the boxing has always been around, just that I haven't really been involved much. My dad had me hitting bags and stuff since I was like 5, but I haven't gone to the gym. When I was like 13, being in a little trouble, scuffle with the guys around the neighborhood and stuff, it's like, you know, you gotta go to the gym. Took me there, I went to the gym, I never left, I just kept training all the time, started fighting, and I kept doing it for years. I had a lot of disappointments. I never had the opportunity to go to any games, such as any Commonwealth Games, even the Caribbean Games, Carifta Games, no Olympic trials. I had none of those opportunities for many years, and I still stuck around. You know, it was very difficult to begin my pro career. I had some disappointments too, but eventually it kicked off, and since then I've been doing my thing.
When you turned pro, how did that come about, like, to where you had your first fight, like, and what was that experience like?
Okay, well, there were 3 times I was scheduled to debut, and it never happened because there were twice these guys didn't turn up to fight. They signed a contract, but when it was time to fight, these guys didn't come. You know, they didn't show. So, and the 3rd time, one of the guys was sick in the locker room and he couldn't fight. And if I wasn't even like training much, I was so disappointed over the couple times I wasn't training. And I wasn't training for the other fight that I had. I said the guy probably wouldn't show, and the guy did show in the night. And I was like, I gotta take this guy out fast. So I go in the ring, snap a jab, started trying to get at me and stuff. So, you know, I move around, I use my legs a lot and stuff. I got him with 3 shots, and he was out cold.
Okay.
And that was 20 seconds, first round.
What is it like fighting in your hometown? Like, were the crowds supportive? What's the atmosphere like up there?
I have a lot of fans. And I have a lot of people that don't like me either, but they're still fans because they make up numbers. And that's the good thing about it, that you have people rooting for you, and you have people against you. That makes it, builds you up to go and just be successful and do everything you could.
Your nickname, Candyman, where'd that come from, bro?
That's a dangerous left hook I have. You know, a lot of people look at a movie and say, that's a scary left hook that Candyman have, and you got the same thing, man. That's criminal, you know, the left hook is like a criminal punch.
Right. Now, how did it come about? You're here in Vegas now, you're gonna be training in California with Tim Bradley and them. How did you get introduced to coming to America, first off? Tell me about that stuff.
Okay, well, I knew that it's hard at home for me to get out. It was difficult. No one was doing stuff for me. I had to do everything on my own. So what I did, I started marketing myself on Facebook. Every little fight I had, I was putting it out on Facebook. I was networking with everybody I could find that is around or with boxing, associated with boxing. Every single body I could find, I was with them. And people knew me. You know, my name was out, even though I wasn't huge like that. I was home, but around the world it's different. So I eventually made some strength, and I go about, got my visa, and I came. I talked to Cameron Dunkin for like a year. I always used to send him messages, call him, send him text, everything. And eventually when I got here, he was like, you know, he saw me, we made arrangements, he took me to the Madison Square Garden to the Mikey Garcia fight with the Salido, and from there we kick it.
Okay, and before I ask the next one, I forgot to ask, you have a notable name on your record, Howard Eastman, former title challenger. What were your fights like with him? Were they hard fights?
Well, they were short notice fights, both times. It was just like 13 days notice. And I learned a lot from those fights because he got a lot of tactics and a lot of experience. You know, he fights dirty a little bit, but a lot of other guys do that too. And those are things I need to learn. And I learned at home, and it was good experience. Okay,
now you say your co-manager is Tim Bradley, is that correct?
Tim Bradley.
How did you get connected with Tim Bradley?
Okay, that was through Cameron. You know, he knew that I needed someone to help push me. And you know that Tim was the right guy, and Tim really, you know, want to get involved and help, and sees me, and we're good. Okay. So he decides that, you know, I want to help move this kid. So got potential, and let's go.
You're looking forward to training camp then with Tim Bradley in California. That's where you're going to set up shop. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm hoping to work very hard because I'm at the top rank, and usually I'm at home and I'm training harder than I'm training here right now. I'm at top rank. There's not much going on like I expected because there is so many fighters in the gym right now. Okay. So I hope that, I know Tim worked very hard, and I heard that everything is there. So I want to go and have the real training.
Okay. Now we were in here for the Brandon Rios-Mike Alvarado event. Alvarado scored an electric victory. What was this experience like of taking the Las Vegas atmosphere of fight week and being around all this? Is it inspirational to you?
Very. My adrenaline was up. Yeah, everything, the dramatic changes in the fight, the crowd, everything, it just had me. It built up a fire inside of me. I felt like I started just shaking my legs, like I'm kind of nervous. The crowd, and I feel like I just want to start getting loose, so I could actually go in the ring and do some work. It was crazy, man, you know.
Well, I appreciate the talk, man. We'll be looking out for you, man. Best
Definitely, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.